Grateful to be here with you for some plug in and power up. It is the plug in and power up show. I am going live in multiple places today. We're trying out something new. So I'm live streaming to Instagram, live streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So it's like multiple places where plug in and power up gets to be this morning. And I'm so grateful to be here with you all. Today's topic is a really powerful one where you get to reimagine reality. Reimagine reality. So, for example, if you don't like what you are seeing, if you don't like your current state and where you are, or maybe how your body is, or maybe your financial situation, or maybe you're in a relationship that feels a little icky, sticky, or stuck, we're going to reimagine reality. We're going to start to create some new energy around your creations and your manifestations. So for those of you that are just getting to know me, my name is Tara Antler. I'm an intuitive healer, soul coach, and spiritual teacher. I've been doing what I call this non-work for coming up to 23 years. I've been working with clients one-on-one, group capacity, retreats. And my husband and I own the Ascension Academy of Light, which is a global center that specializes in meditation, manifestation, healing, relationships, all the wonderful things that we get to expand upon in terms of our personal and professional growth. And so I am here. I am present. We're back in Canada. It's been a bit of a shock. We arrived on, I guess it was Friday. We flew in late, like really late, 12:30 or something like that on Thursday night. And then we arrived back here in Northern Ontario on Friday. And so my skin is going through this dry factor. My whole being, even the kids are like, my nose is dry. Everything feels dry. And I'm like, well, we're going to reimagine reality. We're going to create an experience where it feels easy to transition back to being in Canada after being in Mexico for 6 months. And as you can imagine, everything feels different right now. So I want you to think about that in terms of your own life when you are creating something new, when you are reimagining reality. We're reimagining reality all the time, by the way. It's not just something we do one time. We are creating something new, expansive every single day if we choose it. The difference is that most people are creating unconsciously. So they're not consciously thinking about what is it that I want to feel? What do I want to create? What's this experience that I want to have? They're just going about the same old, the day to day, what you're used to, what you're used to living in. And for us, for the last 6 months, we've been used to living in Mexico. So we wake up every morning, it's bright, it's beautiful, there's blue skies, there's natural clouds, there's no spraying in the air with the chemtrails, there's none of that stuff, right? You wake up and yes, we hear the birds here, but the birds are different, the climate's different. The moisture in the air is so beautiful and easy on your skin. It's wonderful. Fresh fruits, everything. It was like a totally different experience. And so it's easy when you wake up in an environment that you love to wake up and go, okay, what are we going to create today? What's the new reality? What are we going to step into? What do we want to experience? It's easy when your environment is supporting what you want to create. When you want to live a healthy lifestyle, for example, it's easier to get up and go work out when it's warm. I got up here on Saturday morning to go for a power walk, which I was either doing a power walk every morning or yoga, and I meditate every morning. I've been meditating since I was 14. So that's a non-negotiable for me. Do you know how hard it was for me to power walk in the cold? I think it might have been 6 degrees Celsius that morning when I woke up on Saturday morning here back in Northern Ontario. 6 degrees, okay? We just came from 38 degrees Celsius. It was so nice and warm. Your body is more agile. You can move better when your body is warm. I said to Gabriel, I couldn't even power walk. I felt like I was doing a slow stroll, right? So when your environment is conducive to the lifestyle that you want to create, it's easier. Now, not everybody has that when the environment is easy. Some people live in an environment that's not as conducive to the things that they may want to create. So you could take any example. You could take a relationship. You could take your financial situation. You could take a job or a career. You could take your own health and well-being. And I want you to look at first, what is the ideal that I want to live? How do I want my body to feel? I want you to reimagine reality. I drew some cards from my Divine Wisdom Oracle cards before I even got started here as I was setting up all the tech. So these are my Divine Wisdom Oracle cards. And I drew 4 of them for you guys today because, well, it just felt like it was the perfect thing to do for y'all. And the first card that I drew was Reimagine Reality. Reimagine Reality. I'm going to hold it up to Instagram first, and then we'll go everywhere else here. Reimagine reality. And see, there's a unicorn, and I love unicorns so much because they represent magic for me. So it's coming back to the essence of your magical self, regardless as to what your external situation is. We're going to just step out of our external situation for a second. I'm doing the same thing right now this morning as I'm stepping out of, even though I love being in Northern Ontario, I see what happens in the skies here. I see, and there's not a lot of green on the trees right now, right? Everything's still waking up here in Northern Ontario. So it's still a little not as lush and vibrant as I was used to in Mexico, right? So for a moment, we're going to step out of our external reality for a moment. Whatever it is that you're experiencing in your external, whatever it is that you don't like, whatever isn't working for you, I actually want you to just step out of it for a second and come back to yourself. We're going to start here. We're going to come back to our inner world. So you could do this with anything. If the financial situation you're in, you don't like, if the relationship world you're in, you don't like, if the health situation you're in, you don't like, if you're in a job or career and you don't like it, if you are living in a space that you're like, nah, I could probably live in a better space than this. Whatever the external is, I want you to just let that go for a moment. And even if it's okay, it could already be great. You could be living in a really exceptional experience. We're going to amp it up, but we have to start from the inner. We have to start from our inside, our inner world first. This is the inner transformation. This is our inner alchemy. This is the most important thing when you want to create something different. Okay? So let's imagine for a moment, because we're going to reimagine reality. Let's step out of whatever the external is, whatever the situation is, whatever you're moving through, whatever isn't working, whatever feels like a sandpaper moment, whatever feels maybe even a little bit off, or whatever feels like it's not working. Just imagine for a moment stepping out of it. Step out of it for a moment and come back to yourself. The second card that I chose this morning was return to your breath, create space within. And it totally relates to this conversation today. You see how she's coming back to herself. She's coming back within. She's coming back to the lotus where everything gets to be reformed, recreated from the muck, from the bog. And we get to find ourselves again. We return to ourselves. We find our breath. So even for a moment, if you place your hands on your heart, you come back to yourself and you say, you know what, whatever is happening out there, I'm going to come back in here. Whatever I see out there that may or may not be working, maybe it's good, maybe it's great, maybe I want even more. I'm still going to come back to myself. I'm going to come back to my center. I'm going to find my breath. I'm going to find my heart. I'm going to find my heartbeat. And you just pause. And if you can close your eyes. If you're listening and you're multitasking, keep your eyes open. If you're driving, for sure, keep your eyes open. But find your breath, find your heartbeat. Reconnect to yourself for a moment. And just feel your heartbeat below your hands. Feel the rise and the fall of your breath. And maybe let the breath become a little bit more lengthened. Feel the breath expand and open for a moment. And then exhale and soften. Feel your heartbeat below your hands. Feel the breath expand. And then feel the hands soften. Feel the breath soften. Just come back to yourself. Come back to your center. Now from here, you can keep your eyes open or closed. I want you to go right into the center of your heart. Go right into your heart chakra, the center of you. And know that all is well. Know that in the center of you exists every potentiality, every possibility. The center of you is the center of this universe. The center of you is the center of your reality. The center of you is the center of all things. Everything that you experience in your life, it comes from you. Reality is created by you, through you, in you. And as you return to yourself, as you return to your center, you remember, I am powerful. I am the creator of this reality. I am the creator of all that I see, of all that I experience. I remember in this moment who and what I am. I remember. And from the spaciousness within my breath, within my chest, within my being, I know that I can recreate anything at any time, any point. I can recreate reality at any time, any point. So as you find your center, as you reconnect to yourself, I want you to begin to imagine, what is it that you want to feel? What do you want to create? What is the new reality that you want to step into? If you could create anything, what would it be? What would it feel like? What would it look like? Remember, all reality comes from you. It stems from you. You are the center of your universe. You are the center of reality. You are the center of creation. It all comes from you. And as you return to you, as you return to your center, you return to your power. You return to you. What do you want to create? How do you want to feel? What is within you? To reimagine, take a moment and dream into what you want to reimagine. Start with your health. How do you want your state of health to be? How do you want you to feel? Pause and just reimagine. Breathe into that state of health. Take a deep breath in. Release. Now imagine your relationships around you. How do you want all of your relationships to be? The relationships that you care about, the relationships that are important to you. How do you want them to unfold? What do you want them to look like? How do you want them to feel? How do you want to feel within these relationships? See it, feel it in your mind's eye. Imagine, reimagine new reality for yourself. Maybe where all of your relationships are loving, they're kind, they're compassionate, harmonious. Take a deep breath in and release. Now imagine your financial situation, your money, your abundance. What do you want your state of money and abundance to be like? Your financial situation, what do you want it to feel like? What do you want it to look like? You want to be in swimming overflow of abundance and prosperity? Do you know the exact amount that you want to play with? What does that expanded reality of money and abundance look like, feel like for you? Close your eyes, imagine it, feel it, reimagine new reality. Remember, everything comes from you. You are generating and creating reality as you imagine it, as you feel it. Take a deep breath in, release. Now take any other area of your life that is important to you. Could be the state of the world. It could be an external situation that you're facing. It could be your job, your career. It could be if you have clients. How many clients do you want to receive? What's the work that you want to do in the world? What does your business look like? What does it feel like? Imagine reality. Take a moment, whatever situation that you want to recreate in your mind's eye, imagine it, see it, reimagine reality, be magical with it. Take a deep breath in and release. And know that reality is being generated and created through you in this moment and in every moment. And when you stop, when you pause, when you take a moment to remove and release from whatever external isn't working, and you come back here, you come back to center, you have an opportunity to reset. You have an opportunity to recreate again. You have an opportunity to generate something new, maybe something new that has never been before. You have the capacity to create reality all the time, every moment. There's something out there that you don't see. Bring it back to here. Bring it back to yourself. Bring it back to your center. Bring it back to you. You are the center of your universe. You are the center of your reality. You are the center of creation. What is it that you're creating? What is it that you desire? What is it that calls to you? What is it that speaks to you? And when you pause, this has only been what, maybe 5 to 7 minutes that we've been pausing here, holding an intentional space for creation, holding an intentional space for consciously creating what it is that you want. There's something so powerful about that. This is your creation. When we don't do this, when we don't stop and pause at least once a day to consciously create reality, then what happens is we start just haphazardly creating. You can release your hands now. And in the release, I want you to, before I go into this next little bit here, is I want you to be able to catch yourself whenever you go astray. When you release your hands from your heart, it's trusting and knowing that it is done. Whatever you have created, it's by you, it's through you, it's for you, it's of your making, because you are a powerful creator. You're the creator of your reality. So this is where you get to reimagine reality, because anything is possible. Anything is possible. So you need to remember that. Remember that anything is possible. And as you release your creations, you can hold them as long as you want. In Thrive Evolution right now, we had everybody holding their creations for at least 2 weeks, holding in the sacred sacral, holding the seeds of creation before we fully release them. When you fully release your creations, it's trusting and knowing that it is done, that you've created, that you're that powerful, that you've created your reality and you're releasing it out into the field, releasing it out into the universal energy to support your creations, to help make manifest with you, through you, for you. That's the process of creation. But it all starts with us. And when we forget, when we stop doing this, when we stop coming back to center, when we stop returning to our breath, when we stop recreating reality, when we stop creating space, what happens is we get filled up by the nonsense of the world. We get filled up by all the things out there, which jam up in here, which create interference in here. And then when we wonder why our creations aren't unfolding the way that we want, it might be because we're just jammed up and we need to come back and create space within. Create space within. So every single time, if there's something out there that you don't like, for example, I don't like when they spray the skies here in Canada and in most of the world. Mexico, they're not supposed to. It's illegal. Every now and then, I think somebody like opens up the valve and the chemicals are sprayed into the air. We are not meant to breathe in that stuff. We are not meant to breathe in toxic chemicals. The earth is it sucks all the moisture from the air, and then people wonder why we're dry and why things are getting drier. Well, we're playing with something that we're not supposed to. So I can see that and have an issue with that, which I do. And I have for the last 3 days that we've been back. And every single time I would see it, I would come back to myself and I would recreate reality, because on some level, my consciousness has created this that I see. On some level, you have created that which you see, that which you are experiencing. And if you don't like what you're experiencing and what you're seeing, then you need to come back to your inner self. You need to come back to the truth of who and what you are. You need to reset. You need to choose your breath and create space within again. And from there, you come back to self. You reimagine. You have this power of imagination, of your third eye, to reimagine reality, to reimagine anything that you choose. And every single time you come back and you activate your third eye, you activate your imagination, you power up something so incredible. Mystics focused on the third eye forever, still do, because we know it's a powerful center that we require in order to create reality again and again and again. Reimagine reality. Anything is possible. The last bit that I want to share with you today is this. Being that anything is possible, anything is possible. Anything positive, anything negative, anything beautiful, anything crazy, anything uplifting, anything deflating, anything is possible. So if we know that anything is possible, then it's up to us to keep ourselves focused on our creation, focused in the direction that we want to go, and focused on what it is that we are reimagining. Off of the distractions, bring ourselves back, clear what needs to clear out, clear the belief systems that no longer serve you, and come back to yourself. Come back to remembering, oh yeah, anything is possible. So just like I don't like seeing what happens in the skies here in Canada, anything is possible. Somebody dreamed up something, which is not in my highest and best good, but dreamed up something. Well, not in my reality. This is what I've been doing for the last couple of days, not in my reality. When I see something out there that I don't like, not in my reality. I come back and I recreate again. I see something out there that I don't like, not in my reality. I come back. I choose my power. Are you choosing your power? Are you remembering how powerful you are? For me, not in my reality. This is how we get to recreate. But then you have to be willing to catch the mind when the mind tells you something else. The last thing that we need to do is this. We need to catch our belief systems. We all have belief systems. We all have repetitive thoughts, a repetitive way to think, a repetitive way to behave. And this is where the pattern interruptions are important. We all need pattern interruptions, right? Not in my reality, Leslie Ann's like, nope, not in my reality, not in my reality. If you see something that you do not reaffirm, you do not agree to, you did not give consent to, this is not a part of my reality. Nope, not in my reality. Then you have to then come back and create the reality that you want. And when you come back to yourself and you recreate blue skies, you create clean air, you create healthy sunlight that is meant for us, that is life-giving, and have access to natural sunlight, which is life-giving to the entire planet. Without the sun, we die, right? And I know there's a lot of talk out there. People are doing a lot of talk out there about needing to block the sun. That is not a positive thing. Gabriel and I were talking about this yesterday. And I said, if I was a pilot, I would feel like a total D-bag. If I knew the chemicals that were in this stuff that I was spraying upon the whole planet, I would feel terrible. And he's like, yeah, but you have to think, he goes, not everybody has the same belief or has the same knowing. Some people have been actually told that stuff is actually positive because we're going to block out the sun because the sun's too hot and it's going to like destroy everything. The sun is life-giving. So everybody has a different belief system. Everybody has a different way of viewing the world. But if you are at the center of your reality and everybody else is at the center of their reality, I am not choosing to be at the center of someone else's reality because that's what they choose. Do you see what I'm saying? You do not have to subscribe to somebody else's belief system if it's not in alignment with your own. This is what humanity has done forever. Oh, I'll just take that. I'll accept that. I'll buy that. I'll believe that. Accept. And then we go, how did we get to this crazy place? Oh, I subscribed, I bought into, I put energy into someone else's belief system from their center point of reality and made it my own, not in my reality. So if there's something, again, that you see out there that you are not choosing for yourself, not in my reality, then you create space within, you come back to yourself, you choose again, you recreate reality again. And sometimes if there's a lot of distractions or there's a lot of interference, wherever that may come from, you might have to do that again and again and again and again and again until you get solid in yourself, knowing that this is the reality that I'm creating for myself, whatever that may be. This is the state of health that I'm choosing. This is the state of abundance. This is the state of the environment. This is the state of the political situation. This is the state of my business. This is the state of the clients that I work with. This is the state of my relationships. This is the state of my parenting if you have kids. You get to choose your reality again and again and again and again and again. Reimagine reality. You are so powerful. You all are so powerful. More powerful than I think we even allow ourselves to feel. You are so powerful. Reimagine reality. And the last bit of this is to remember, because anything is possible. You have billions of people on the planet creating their version of reality. Are you dipping into their reality, or are you staying in your lane? You're staying centered in your reality. Are you buying what everybody else is giving you based on what their reality is? Or are you coming back to yourself and saying, no, my reality is this. My experience is this. You choose it again and again and again. You become more and more powerful. You become more and more solid in who you are. And then this is where the magic starts to happen. Because you're holding it so steady here, and because you are the center of your creations, the energy starts to emit out from you. It's like a wave. It's energy. There's a resonance. There's a field that gets created by you, through you, out into the field, which then starts shaping reality all around you. And before you know it, you start seeing and experiencing the exact thing that you imagined. It's really fun and it's really cool. Being back here in Northern Ontario, I love this office space. This is one thing that I did miss. I love our little office. I love our wood beams in the ceiling. I love the wallpaper design that we have. We put new plant pots back there. We're getting ready to set up the studio in a new way. I can reimagine even this space. Even though I love this space so, so much, I can recreate it and reimagine it to be even better. We're going to put the lights above so we don't have them on the floor. So we've got these big, beautiful rafters up top. So we're going to hang the lights so that we don't have to fidget with stuff and have lights like a professional studio. I can reimagine, even if something's amazing. Our property, I love our acreage. I love it so, so much. And yet I'm like, I'm going to trim the bushes over there. We're going to clean up that over there. Gabriel's going to build a pickleball court on the other side of this window, right? We can reimagine even if something's amazing. So it's not always just for things are bad. This is the last piece that I want to drop here for you all, and then we'll go. Even if things are great, there is even greater. There is even higher. There is even more iterations and versions of you that are even stronger, even more beautiful, even more abundant, even healthier. I feel really radiant and healthy. At 47, I feel really, really good. And I'm like, I feel a little, I don't use any external stuff, but I'm going to energetically, I'm going to start erasing a few of the little lines that are settling in. We can all improve. We can all get better and better. So even if you're like, things are awesome, things are amazing, great. What's the next iteration? I love our property. What's the next iteration? I'm going to hang some more hammocks. We're going to put some screened in areas so we can sit outside and have dinner outside. We love eating outside, but there's a lot of black flies and mosquitoes here in Northern Ontario, right? We can make it even better. So take even what you have now that you love, create a new iteration of it that's even better, that's even stronger, that's even more vibrant, that's even more abundant. Reimagine again. Don't just ever settle. Don't settle. Don't settle for mediocre. Don't settle for less. Don't settle for normal. Don't settle for me. Continue to up level and grow and expand and reimagine even more beautiful. This is what your soul has been doing for eons of time, infinite amount of time and space. Recreating reality again and again and again for you, with you. Your lifetimes get better and better. Your experiences get better and better. If we could choose this, that which is of the soul's making and design and truth, you all are going to create heaven on earth like that. You're all going to experience heaven on earth now. Not in your next lifetime, not in 50 years, not in 20, not in 10, not in 5, now. So I'm going to end it on that. I'm going to hold the most sacred space for all of us today. That we all step into the power, the beauty, the magic of recreating reality from wherever it is, to know that we can expand it even more to whatever is now, and we expand it even more. And then we all get to remember our co-creative power, that we all get to remember how amazing we are, and that we get to create reality again and again and again and again and again and again and again, as many times as we want. Thank you so much for being here. If you love this video and you're on Facebook, please share it. I love when you guys share. Thank you, Instagrammers. I am setting the intention to continue to go live in the multiple places, get the message out there. If you love this, share it if you can. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you have the most beautiful day today. And I'm sending you all so, so much love. Mwah. Bye.